Today we are celebrating the 7th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration for the school community. And this is a celebration, so you could clap, you could sing along, you could bob your head, whatever makes you feel good today, because that's what Dr. King was about. He was about love, us being together, and moving with a purpose. So to open the celebration today, I'm gonna ask Mr. Green to come up and give some opening remarks.
All right, good morning, Dragons. All right, before we get started, I want to introduce a very special person, a Dragon alum, former athlete, track and field, of course, former cheerleader, a former dancer in the Black History Month assembly programs, now the district attorney of San Francisco, Ms. Courtney Burris. Now, interesting thing about Courtney Burris is that she's tied to a very historic family, speaking of civil rights. Her mother is actually one of the original Black Panthers. Okay, she originally went to San Francisco State, okay, the school that actually started ethnic studies, which is going to be mandated in the state of California within 2 years. Her father currently, John Burris, is one of the leading civil rights attorneys in the United States, still operating, right? So she comes from some very special roots. And it's pretty ironic that we're actually having this celebration on the same day that the state of Florida, okay, is banning advanced placement African American studies and ethnic studies, all right? A lot of irony there, okay, especially if you consider the fact, okay, that first, Africans who come to create a settlement, okay, in the United States actually created that settlement in Florida in about 1530. It's called Fort Mose, all right? And the interesting thing about Fort Mose is it was in St. Augustine, Florida, which is the oldest non-indigenous city in the United States, all right? So all of this irony on the day that we honor Dr. Martin Luther King is interesting. Now, another thing that's ironic is we have this historic basketball tournament, this girls' basketball tournament. Malik, okay, Shannon, okay, Coach Matt, okay, and the varsity girls' basketball team have actually carried on this tradition for a very long time. The tie-in between Dr. King and basketball is when Dr. King was murdered on April 4th of 1968. Okay, the NBA players, okay, led by Oakland's own Bill Russell, okay, and the San Francisco Warriors' own Al Attles, held the first Martin Luther King commemorative tournament. Okay, it was set up on the day after, okay, the murder of Martin Luther King. More irony. Okay, something else that's ironic about Dr. King is Dr. King went to Morehouse, yes, but he also went to an experimental secret school that was integrated in the early 1950s called the Highlander Folk School. All right, it was on top of a mountain, Eagle Mountain, Tennessee, and it was exactly the same school, okay, that Rosa Parks went to plan the bus boycott. Okay, Pete Seeger. Okay, for those OGs in here, you know who Pete Seeger is. But they all went to this secret school. So the civil rights movement was planned very meticulously. All right, something else that's ironic about Dr. King is Dr. King started his sit-in program, or he copied the idea from St. Augustine, Florida, and the St. Augustine movement. All right, Dr. King's idea for the March on Washington came from here in West Oakland. All right, so his plan actually was developed here in Oakland on 7th and 8th Street. So if you guys know where Mack High School is, that's right where the March on Washington was developed. So King had quite a few ties to Oakland. King sold out the Oakland Auditorium, which is on Laney's campus. Okay, and while he was speaking on Laney's campus, and he's actually been to Oakland had been to Oakland on 8 different occasions. Okay, he met Bobby Seale, who ironically is going to start the Black Panthers, the same organization that Courtney's mother started in, right? So you have all these ties. Okay, Asa Philip Randolph is a person who came up with the idea of the March on Washington, and C.L. Dellums, but it was actually planned here in Oakland, right? West Oakland, all right? For those of you who know, it's called Ghost Town or the Lower Bottoms. So that's actually where it was planned. So Martin Luther King had intimate ties in with Oakland. Final irony about Dr. King is when Dr. King made his famous I Have a Dream speech. All that was improvised. The idea of the I Have a Dream portion of the speech comes from his best friend, who was a gospel singer by the name of Mahalia Jackson. And when Dr. King had finished his speech, which focused on peace, freedom, and justice, all right, peace, freedom, and justice, it had nothing to do with the dream. She said, Martin, tell him about the dream. Tell him about that dream you had. Right, so that's the foundation, and the seeds were planted, and the rest is history. All right, enjoy and celebrate, all right, this togetherness, because that's what Dr. King was all about. All right, peace, folks.
Thank you, Mr. Green. Now I'm gonna call up Audrey to come and bless Mother Earth.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. Okay, today we're going to open this event with the land acknowledgement. Oakland is the land of the Muwekma and Karkan Ohlone nations. The Catholic school, Bishop O'Dowd, specifically occupies the land of the Confederated Villages of the Lisjan. The Ohlone people are still here, and it's our duty as non-Indigenous people residing on this land to acknowledge their commitment and ownership of this land. Because these indigenous communities are not federally recognized, they do not receive access to their ancestral land. This injustice emphasizes the importance of contributing to things like the Shimu land tax, which funds the land rematriation and the return of the land to indigenous communities. I encourage us all to educate ourselves on the issues that affect indigenous people who are still living today and whose voices deserve to be uplifted and respected. It is essential to Bishop O'Dowd as a Catholic institution that recognizes the role that Catholicism has played in the cultural genocide of indigenous people. Our school holds values such as justice and kinship for creation, which calls us to action. Change begins with us all. This land acknowledgement was read in honor of Skeru Esteva and Amia Carrillo Remenethen. Thank you very much.
And next I welcome Coco to give our opening prayer.
O good and gracious God, in the midst of time when the force of evil would seem to hold sway, it is so refreshing to be touched by the awareness of your presence. In so many simple ways, you allow us to encounter those things which seem to correct the distorted and fragmented realities that too often capture our conscience. When the hue of our complexion is disparaged by some, you allow us to see a surface of rich mahogany. When the texture of our hair is maligned, you allow us to touch a tapestry of fine wool. When the contour of our anatomy is looked upon with disdain, you allow us to see statures of great beauty. When the fullness of our feature is belittled, you allow us to see the handiwork of God. Let us forever be mindful that all you have done well. And for this, we are most grateful. In the name of the Most High God, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Coco. And now I welcome Mariah Joy to sing the Negro National Anthem.
Please stand. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let us resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Like they say in church, yes, child, yes, child. Mr. Barnes, who is one of our favorite teachers here on this campus, could not be here today because he's at close-up in Washington, D.C., but he has some words that he wanted to share with his students. Okay, Mr. Barnes, thank you so much for joining us today. As you know, we are celebrating Dr. King's birthday. And one of his themes of his well-renowned speech is his I Have a Dream. But within that, I wanted to phrase the theme this year is who are you in that dream? So Mr. Barnes, tell us, who are you?
All right. Well, I am a 47-year-old dreamer. I'm a teacher. I am Mexican-American. I'm half and half. Yeah, I've been a teacher for about 25 years. So I also think of myself as a cheerleader and a coach for other people who have dreams and want to accomplish them. So if you ever work with me, you'll probably see that I push you along that way.
Was teaching and writing a part of your dream in high school?
Yes, it was. I always wanted to be a writer, specifically a novelist. I have known that I've wanted to do that since the 4th grade, when I had to write my first short story, and I was reading all these books for the Popcorn Club at St. Joe's. So yes, I have always known, and I've always known that the first book that I would ever write would really be based with my family and my experience in life growing up. And to a certain extent, that's what happened in Melton and the Hereafter, so which I published in September. Oh, well, I would think that I would tell my students that following your dreams, that dreaming and following your dreams is one of the most important things that you can do. It's going to be what makes the world better if everybody was actually following their dreams and doing their passions and actively doing their talents. People would be a lot happier. They would feel like they are living their purpose, and they would be contributing to a happier place on this planet for us all. One of the things that I absolutely love about my relationship with students over the last couple of decades is that I've been able to help them achieve their dreams. It's been amazing to see students come back, who have been on tour with, other musicians and singers, people who've come back and, they are dancers for, the NFL or the NBA, or, they are directing horror movies in Hollywood. And, people who've come back and they have children and new adventures that they're starting with families, and kids that are writing their own stories and books. And I feel like it has been an awesome privilege to be a part of my students' lives in this way, to help them discover what it is that they dream about and feel is their purpose in life, and then to start to achieve it, to help them to start to achieve it.
All right, folks, so I've actually got two. You guys are hell of impressive. We got the whole school up here, and you guys are really focusing, paying attention, right? You were checking out James Weldon and Rosamond Johnson's Negro National Anthem, whole history behind it. It was actually, song was written by nursery school kids, right? Booker T. Washington comes to visit, and so James Weldon helps these kids write this song. Eventually becomes a Negro National Anthem. Now, the first piece I'm gonna give you is from early hip hop artist by the name of Gil Scott-Heron. Grew up in Queensbridge projects in New York. And this is for Courtney, because you remember this. All right, first one. Now more than ever, all the family must be together. Everybody everywhere must see the time is drawing near, because common blood flows through common veins, and all common eyes must see the same. And now more than ever, all the family must be together. So that's from Miss Courtney. I hadn't planned on doing that. The one I did plan on doing was to honor the murdered civil rights and black power advocates of the 1960s. So what Gil Scott does is he writes a piece called Convictions. Okay, I believed in my convictions, and I've been convicted for my beliefs. And I've been conned by the Constitution and harassed by the police. And I've been billed by the Bill of Rights and treated as if I was wrong. And I've been a special amendment for what should have included me all along, like all men are created equal. Well, no amendment needed there, because I've shown the equality of my black skin from Sunset Strip to Washington Square. And I've been hoodwinked by professional hoods. And my ego has happened to me, which again brings me back to my convictions and being convicted for my beliefs. And way back during the nonviolent era, I was the only nonviolent one. As a matter of fact, there was no nonviolent era because too many racists had guns. And there seemed to have been this problem that a lot of us failed to pick up on until all black leaders who dared stand up were in jail and the courtroom are gone. Picked up indiscriminately by the shock troops of discrimination, taken to prison or hauled off to trial, while dirty tricks soured the nation. There seemed to have been this problem that now we understand. And now that we hear the problem itself, it's right in our hands. Convictions.
I live with that every day. And now I welcome Ms. Tej Wong to the stage. She will be singing Imagine.
Hello, my name is Tej Wong and I'm in 10th grade, and I'm here to celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the way that I know best, through music. And I'm sure all of you, if not most of you, will know this song, and if you would like, you can join in. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. brotherhood of men. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
You know, this is the second year Tej has participated in our MLK celebration, and when she's the first one to send me her response to yes, I will participate, I know it's going to be all good. So next, I welcome to the stage Miss Haley Hayes with a spoken word.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. So today, Mama Green had asked me, she asked me, Haley, give them, who you are, before you tell them your spoken word. And I was like, I'm a lot of things. So after I recite this poem, I hope you all are able to reflect on who we are as a whole, as an Old Dow community, and then who you are as a person. My fears do not exist in a world where I do not exist. Dark phrases of womanhood, of never having been a girl. Half notes gathered without rhythm. No tune distraught. Her laughter falling over a black girl's shoulders. It's funny. It's hysterical. The melodylessness of her dance. Don't tell nobody. Please don't tell a soul. They keep secrets. The willow tree knows all the horrors. Lyrics, no voices, and uninterrupted solos. Unseen performances. I can't hear anything but maddening screams. And you promised me. You promised somebody, anybody, but nobody. Sing a black girl song. She has no song left. They have no song left. Put lyrics to the tune. Tell them what they feel. The outside world, no allies. Why we sing, why the stories of past lives and ghosts come to rise. They can't see anything. As a matter of fact, they can't feel anything. They are fake, false fantasies of the imagination. We walk through souls as ours are ripped from us. So when the question arises, who are you? Tell them the truth. Play our ancestors' tunes. Remind them what they do.
Thank you, Ms. Haley. And now I welcome to the stage one of my favorite people in the world, Mrs. Star Gray.
All right. When Mrs. Green asked me to sing, two feelings came upon me. One was humbled, very humbled. The second was very nervous. And when Mama Green asks you to do something, though, you do it. So I'm really honored to be up here and get to share with you. We're still fighting for the same things that Dr. King fought for. One quote that I think of all the time when I think of him is when he said, "Returning hate for hate multiplies hate, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And Mrs. Green asked, okay, who are you? And I want you to sing one of your own songs. And to be honest, most of my songs from years ago are about relationships and things gone bad. And I was like, well, what's gonna fit for this? And I do have one that I wrote with my friend Robert Lindsay a few years ago. And it's called All You Can Do Is Love. And it is about a relationship, but it's also about the relationship with yourself. And in my 43 years on the planet, I feel I have lost and found myself several times. I feel like we're always coming home to ourselves. And for me, love is that reason. I think it needs to be acknowledged that you are living in a very strange time. I think about all of you, students in particular, colleagues as well, but really being young in this world today is not easy, and I want that to be acknowledged. And I feel like we're all sick of the word unprecedented times, right? But what if this is an unprecedented time for love? What if this is an unprecedented time for us all to finally come together and really be the love that we need to be? So this is All You Can Do Is Love. You've had some bad days lately, and it's all mixed up 'cause the world's gone crazy, and I can see you're scared, 'cause we are so comfortable in what we built, but we hit this wall so hard. It's hard not to imagine us as us. Sometimes the way we want to be isn't what we're meant to be, but what is ever meant to be? Oh, oh. Sometimes all you can do is love. Sometimes all you can do is listen. Sometimes all you can do is leave. But sometimes all you can do is love, 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 love. Yeah, all you can do is, yeah, all you can do is love, 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 love. I'm backing off, I'm not backing out, 'cause I don't follow these shades of doubt. I see the light in your eyes, and I'm looking up to the blue, blue skies. As I walk away, I'll never be far away, and we will meet again, we will meet again someday. Sometimes all you can do is love. Sometimes all you can do is listen. And sometimes all you can do is leave. But sometimes all you can do is love, 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 love. Love, 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 yeah, all you can do is, yeah, all you can do is love, 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 love. So find your way, go find your heart. You may find your way back to love, back to love. Find your All you can do is love and let it go. All you can do is love. All you can do is love and let it go. All you can do is love. Thank you.
Yay, Mrs. Gray. So I bet you didn't know she was a published singer-songwriter, did you? Okay, next to the stage is our beautiful Ms. Carmen LaRoche.
I promise you I will not sing. So, when I was asked the question, who am I felt that was a very loaded question because I am a lot of things. One of the things that is very obvious while I am here is I am a teacher, I am a friend, I am a wife, and my ultimate favorite is I'm a mom. Yeah, now I'm gonna cry. But another thing I am is I am a confident and caring person. And as I tell my students, I am intelligent, soy inteligente, muy inteligente, and fun-loving. I am loyal, and I often wear my heart on my sleeve. You know how I'm feeling when I am feeling it. I'm also a mixed race girl who comes from the fertile cornfields and silver mines of Zacatecas, Mexico. Yeah. I come from the Iberian Peninsula and the Pyrenees of the Basque region. I also come from the cotton fields of Georgia and Louisiana. I also come from, did I say the Creoles of Louisiana as well? Hence the name La Roche. Yeah. And back a little farther to the Igbo of Nigeria. I come from an English-speaking world and a Spanish-speaking world. Dale español. My comfort foods are tortillas, both the flat round ones made on a griddle and the ones with potato and egg. Tamales and paella. My comfort foods are also grits, barbecue, and hush puppies. There is a richness in me that spans different continents, cultures, and language, which is one thing that has driven my whole life. As I think of all the people I know and everybody in this room, we all have our stories of who we are. We all come from different parts of the world. We practice different religions or no religion at all. We speak different languages. And that, to me, is the beauty of Dr. King's dream, that we are all a part of that dream, and we are all a part of it together. As he said in his famous I Have a Dream speech, we cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. I feel fortunate to have visited in Atlanta Ebenezer Church, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s home and his resting place. I also feel fortunate that one of my relatives was his lawyer in Jacksonville who bailed him out of jail a few times. I also feel fortunate that I, myself, am a legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s dream. And I also believe that we should all feel that and feel fortunate as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. LaRoche. And now I introduce Ms. Joelle Gates Bassett with a spoken word.
Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Miss G, and I'm a teacher here at O'Dowd. I'm passionate about my faith, about justice, about my community, and about healing. And I wrote this spoken word called Legacy, which is about who I am and my history and our history, where we've been and where we're going. I am a follower of Jesus, a woman, an African, an American, and proud to be an original and yet just one piece of a legacy of those who share my identities, a family tree filled with black bodies, with bright souls, with big dreams of a future still yet known. Men and women who held on to hope in the midst of the crack of the whip and the shadow of the crow, who read the book from Genesis to Revelation, seeking the God of liberation, refusing to bow down to the temptation of despair or bad interpretation, ready to equip the next generation to run. And now I'm telling you, run. Run like they did, from the Underground Railroads to the DC sun. Run for freedom and for justice and for our humanity worth fighting for. 1968 was the end of the movement, but the opening of a door. Now will you sit by or get in on the ground floor, because we are not to the other side yet. But the promised land is in view. So take someone by the hand, because you can't run without them and they can't run without you. My family, we have run far and fast, but we must finish the race. But only together will we find the strength. Only together is the only way. And now together can we be. Rooted as one, though roots of different trees, colors of all, like the leaves of fall, like new birth in the spring. It's a dream come true. And yet there is still more dreaming to do. But here in victory we stand, so of victory we shall sing, for the Son of Righteousness will rise with healing in its wings, and all that has been broken will be redeemed. So stand with me in our legacy, and let our declaration say, we shall overcome someday, someday.
Okay. All right. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the stand Mr. Omar Mejia.
Hello. My name is Omar Mejia, a sophomore at Bishop O'Dowd High School, a student at the Martin Luther King Jr. Freedom Center. I want to thank you all for being here, for allowing me to be here, and for honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm here to talk about one of Dr. King's teachings, his teaching on shattered dreams. Everyone has shattered dreams. Everyone has a goal, an aspiration, anything they want it to happen, they want it to become a reality of which was left unfulfilled. Dr. King teaches us that there are three main negative ways that people react to shattered dreams. One is to become bitter and angry, to slam the door in the face of someone wishing to speak with you. Two is to become disassociated, to lose concern, to lock yourself away in your room and refuse to speak with anyone at all. Three is to develop a fatalistic philosophy, a fatalistic mindset where you feel it is useless to even try. What we need to do as a people is transform our shattered dreams into assets. And to do this, what we need to do is understand the root of our shattered dreams, to understand what it is we wanted to happen, what actually happened, and why we are upset with that outcome. Then our shattered dreams have been transformed into assets we can utilize for future growth. Do not let your shattered dreams inhibit you from engaging in the necessary conduct to progress in your future as well as your current dreams. Dr. King said, "What matters is not what happens to us, but what we choose to do." Thank you.
Giving you guys something to think about today. Okay, now it's my turn. Who am I? That's not my legal name. My legal name is not Mama Green. My name is Emma Marguerite Green. I am the daughter of First. Yes, Emma. I am the daughter of First, the first black postal supervisor in the city of Berkeley, the first African-American teacher to teach at St. Anthony's Catholic School in East Oakland. She was the first. I am a wife, a mother, and a proud grandmother of two young, beautiful queens. Some of you have known me a short time. Some of you have known me a long time, like Miss Haley. But in me, you all hold a place. I wake up every morning glad to come to work for you, because I love to see you come in as freshmen, thinking you know it all, and leave as seniors ready to take on the world. So here is my pledge for you. I love you. I love you because I see God's light in you. I love you as you walk this journey. I love you when you stumble. I love you when you dream beyond what you can see. I love your cultural pride. I love your connection with the ancestors. I love you because you know your worth. I love you because you are fearless. I love you when you receive knowing. I love that you are God's work in progress. I love you when you get angry, and I love you when you get past it or them. I love you when you realize how truly precious time is. And I love you when you trust me. I love you with no conditions. I love your curls, your rolls, your hair, your fingers, the way you sway to that beat, the way you walk when you're mad, and the way you walk and sway walking down the hall. I love when I see your humanity. I love when you realize you have wings. I love you when you fly away, and love will always bring you back. These are the words I say to myself in the mirror, in the morning, before I go to sleep, after I pray, to say this is who I am, not who you tell me I am. I am loved, so I have the ability to love you. Thank you. And next we welcome back to the stage Miss Mariah Joy.
Hey again, I'm Mariah. I'm a senior, and the song I'm about to sing is really important to this day and to Martin Luther King because it, I guess, more embodies his message. Like, we're all together in this gym and we come from different races and genders, social classes and everything, and we're all different, but we're all united as one. So if you know this song, please sing along.
There comes a time when we need a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. But we can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere soon make a change. We are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. And there's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives, and it's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Oh, send them your heart, so they know that someone cares, and the lives will
Okay, our last act of today are two wonderful young men that are joining their talents in one of Dr. King's most unknown speeches. Everybody knows I Have a Dream, but they don't know the speech that he delivers with this beautiful message. So Mr. Christian Colbert and Mr. Isaiah, if you can come to the stage, please.
I come here tonight to plead with you. Believe in yourself and believe that you are somebody. I said to a group last night, nobody else can do this for us. No document can do this for us. No Lincolnian Emancipation Proclamation can do this for us. No Civil Rights Bill can do this for us. If the Negro is to be free, he must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. Don't let anyone take your manhood. Be proud of your heritage. We don't have anything to be ashamed of. Somebody told a lie one day. They couched it in language. They made everything black, ugly, and evil. Look in your dictionaries and see the synonyms of the word black. It's always something degrading and low and sinister. Look at the word white. It's always something pure, high, and clean. Well, I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everyone here will cry out, yes, I'm black. I'm proud of it. I'm black and I'm beautiful.
Okay, my dragons. So some parting words for each and every one of you. Today we asked each other, who are you? And you all have so many dreams, so much potential, so much worthiness. But you gotta love yourself first. You have to know who you are first. Because once you know who you are, and you love yourself, then you can spread that love to other people. And I'm not talking about the cuckoo, sweet, sweet, make you shiver love. I'm talking about the love that we need in our humanity right now. I'm talking about the love we need for our earth, who is given so much and we've taken too damn much from. I'm talking about the love for those who can't love themselves. That's the beautiful thing about being a dragon. We get these opportunities. Because a lot of schools don't let their students have a Dr. MLK Celebration. But we stand on the shoulders of the women's basketball team, who started it last weekend. That's right, clap it up for them, clap it up for them. So I hope you all go home and you ask yourselves, who are you? And one thing to remember, how many of you were born with civil rights? Y'all don't know? Y'all don't know? Were you born after 1967? Then everybody should raise their hand. Go home and ask your grandparents and parents if they were born before 1967. Because if they were not born with civil rights. So don't take it for granted. Dr. King's generation did the walk. My generation kicked the door open. Your generation could walk through now, and as that song just said, make this world a better place. So teachers, you can go back to your rooms and open up for our students. Thank you for being here. I have some thank yous. Mr. Jonathan Angeles for our sound. Coach Niche for helping us figure out how this system works. Mrs. Star Gray, who, believe me, we cannot do anything here without her figuring out this freaking seating chart for everybody. And Mr. Pete Krawiec for always showing up when we need excellent sound. Mr. Vince Jurgens for recording and photos. And Ms. Erin Lundy for our media, letting everybody know how great we are. I want to thank each and every one of you for your attention, for celebrating with us, for singing with us. And hopefully those of you that are in the audience will step up next year and be up here. Thank you very much. You guys can go on back to class.